Well, my name is Sean Luginski. I'm 21 years old. I am from like Trenton, Princeton area, New Jersey, Central Jersey. Come from a big family, I guess nowadays. I mean, I have 5 sisters, no brothers, so I'm the second oldest. Growing up was pretty hectic, but you know, because of how I was raised, I feel like I became a better person, and my mom's really religious. That is a big factor into my life, kind of more recently than before, which is a good thing. Having 6 kids, and for a while when my mom was having these kids, she wasn't working. And I guess the normal stereotype, the father would provide for the family, the mom would stay home, and so and so. Well, that changed for us pretty quickly. My dad, he had a fine job, and then I guess they were, I don't know, either got fired from that, or they closed, or I was too young to remember. All I know is that it was like from, I don't know, it was a long time that we were struggling. My dad, at one point in time, my dad was out of work for it was like 6 or 9 months. I forget exactly which, but it was right before September 11th when that happened. And then, like I said, my dad had been out. Of course he was looking for a job. He was either too qualified or too underqualified for the certain position. Growing up, it was difficult. Always had hand-me-downs for clothes to wear. A couple sizes too big, and it didn't bother me much. But being the only boy, that was tough too. Taking care of a lot of the boy chores, as you would think, mowing the lawn and taking out the garbage cans, and I mean, we had our tough spells, and my mom always tried to shield us from it, so that, of course we were oblivious to it anyway. Being 8 years old, running around, you have no idea that there's bills and all this stuff. But as I was growing up, I would ask my mom more and more, because I started getting curious, and I wanted to be. I remember, I wanted to be more considerate. I remember, as a little kid, always asking for a remote control helicopter for Christmas. Always, yearly, I would ask for a remote control helicopter, and I never got it. And then when I wouldn't get it, I would get all angry, man, Santa never brings me the remote control helicopter. And I would get these I would get a helicopter model, but it wasn't a remote. It didn't fly or anything. So I'd be all upset as a little kid, not knowing that my parents are poor. We were kind of poor, so of course they can't afford that. And so as I was getting a little older, I wanted to understand more, and I wanted to be more considerate of that fact, because I could see that it affected my dad, and that it affected my mom, but with my mom being as religious as she has, she never let go. My sister Emma, she's 2 years younger than me. She's third child. She did community service through the same program that I did, and because I went off to college, I didn't continue each year doing this certain community services. We went through a company called Rustic Pathways, and through that company you can do up to 30 hours community service in different countries along the world. And I went to Costa Rica. My sister, and one of her friends, we all flew over to Costa Rica together, and then through that program we each chose different services to do. So we split up once we were there for a week doing our own thing in different parts of Costa Rica. But then the next couple years, my sister Emma continued, and she went to Fiji the following year, and she said she had an amazing time there, and just the culture and everything, something out of this world, dancing around the fires with their weather sticks. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But and she went to Thailand to work with elephants. And coming home, now she's a certified mahout, and that's elephant driver. Like in America, now she has a certificate. She's a certified mahout. And it felt amazing yourself to know that you're like helping somebody out there like across the world, but yet you're like the teenager that you are, you know, you're doing something larger than life right there. It's pretty cool, and I would love to do it again. You know, all different programs cost money. Some more than others, and some longer than, like, it'll last 2 weeks instead of a week. But felt good. You know, it's pretty cool and exciting.